in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys on the line too often. Number 1, the Heat.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Atlanta Hawks.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
Miami calls timeout. Okay, Miami, now coming up the court are your Heat dancers. Let them hear ya.
Looking at the Pistons, Kevin, let's see how they performed over the last month in the NBA League rankings. 7th in fast break point.
Miami's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Outside Korver. Over to the left wing. Houdini. No good again that time.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Sloan dishes to Holiday. Morris passes to Johnson. Holiday against Korver. Morris a screen. 4 on the shot clock. There's a good screen. They shoot again. There's Dragic with the 3. And no good trying to get that one. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's Detroit as they wrap up the first quarter with a 13-5 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And Joe Johnson very encouraged by this team's strong play of late. He says they've gotten a much-needed boost of confidence. Joe Johnson has obviously been on both sides. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Laverne. Winslow comes in for Johnson. Paul's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Houdini subbed in for Goran Dragic. Morris is checked in for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Johnson. Houdini, he's in at point guard. Winslow is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Johnson, and it's Paul in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Heat. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets the three fly. And Johnson missing again.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Houdini, guarded by Jackson. Johnson in the corner. Here's Houdini. He had 22 points in the win against Denver.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
Pistons trail by 3. And the wide open shot from Morris. Second chance shot, and it's blocked.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Tobias Harris. His last 10 games, he's right around 13 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Johnson. And then for Detroit, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Justin Holiday comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jackson. Pistons trail by 6. And Sloan kicks to Holiday. From past the arc, Sloan, that's good. Sloan's got his second bucket tonight.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Over in the corner, Paul. Here's Bosch. The shot is off. And it's Detroit the other way. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets was a major factor. He finished with 22 points and also had an incredible amount of assists, really setting his teammates up every minute on the court. It was a performance for the ages and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Here's Houdini. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Outside Korver, the three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Here's Sloan. He has 6. Inside, here's Morris. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Haven't done nearly as much inside as they did in the first. They've got to get back to their game plan, which is to work it inside and force the defense to react to the ball going to the paint.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. The Pistons shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And the free throw, no good.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Here's Korver for 3, and again, Miami with the triple.
Right there, we saw Bosh opened up space for the shooter. Well done.
Stolen away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Harris.
That's his second personal foul.
The Heat have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Both free throws good from Korver.
Check out the game for Korver. He has 8 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Now, here is Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He feeds it to Sloan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Heat making a switch here. Wade's checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. It's stolen by Johnson. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morris a screen from the arc. Johnson can't hit. The Heat leading by 10. And it's Korver in the corner. Here's Houdini.
Oh, going vertical and getting nasty on that one.
That slam, Greg, was one to behold. We'll remember that, baby.
Boy, I'm still trying to wrap my...
Fans here are staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. Esports event, the road to the final. down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advancem, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advancem, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advancem, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advancem, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advancem, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first eSports, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA 2K's first eSports event, the Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them, they stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. American Airlines Arena the place, and the Miami Heat will be on their home floor as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. Checking out Toronto, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. All right, guys, topic of the day. There was a stat that came out that was really interesting. Until last season, every NBA Finals in the last 15 years included either Duncan, Kobe, or Wade. Kenny, do you think Wade's impact on the NBA has gone underrated?
I think it has. I would say that I can't name 3 two guards in the history of the game that have a better career than him. I don't think I can name more than 3. Jerry West, Michael Jordan. That's about it. I'm not sure.
You know, above all else, Wade has won titles.
Kobe.
And he's done it in a number of roles with a number of rosters. He's a unique player, and over the last decade and a half, I have to agree with you, Kenny.
But those are the 3.
Yeah,
Kobe,
I agree with you.
Kobe, Jordan, and West. Everyone else can't say they had a better career. Maybe it's equal, but not better.
That's a good one to consider, good one to chew on. Time now for tip-off. We send it over to Kevin Harlan for the call.
greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. John Lewis out there with Terrence Ross.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Clock at 4. Here's DeRozan. That one wide left. On offense, here are the Heat. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
The shot by Wade, wide open. Basket is good. The assist from Bosh. Wade's got his first bucket of the night. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to speak with Dwayne Casey for a moment. We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. We can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. The Raptors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Houdini passes to Wade. Goes up on the wing. The shot no good. Nice D from DeRozan. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. To the middle. Lure dishes to Ross. Raptors get it back. And it's sent back by Bosh. They retain possession. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. It's going to be on Freak. For Toronto, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Miami trailing. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Out to Wade. From the arc. Wade missing again. The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Ross with it. Wade picks him up. DeRozan on the wing. To the inside. Here's Valanciunas. Drops it in from 11 feet.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Heat have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. They set the pick. Bosh, the screen. Bosh sets the pick for Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Will it go? It's rebounded by Kyle Lowry.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Here's Houdini. Lowry covering. Bosh. But he gets it back. The pass to Houdini. Wade fires. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Wade's got 6 points. To the paint. And it's sent back by Bosch. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last. Ross passes to Lowry. Wade against DeRozan.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Here's Houdini. The layup missed.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Ross, that's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Okay, Miami. Now coming on the court are your Heat dancers. Let them hear ya.
Got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Freak, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well?
The Heat trail by 6. Valanciunas on the double team. Here's Laverne. Miami no good on that time either. Picked him clean. Here's Houdini while recovering. Inside. And then Bosch with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
A moment now to see the numbers for Houdini. First in scoring, first in assist, and he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Now here's Winslow. Defense is right there. 3 on the clock. From 7. No luck. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Launches the 3, and he nails the 3. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from Houdini. Houdini's got 5.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now here's DeRozan. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. Ross, that's good.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back. Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Raptors leading by 4. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Here's Houdini. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. And it's 8 points for Freak.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Now, here's Lowry, guarded closely. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. There's Winslow, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on DeRozan.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Laverne, and it's Dragic in for Dwayne Wade. Good on the second free throw. Raptors trail by 3. Lowry up top. He's guarded by Dragic. DeRozan in the corner. Back to Lowry. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run. The shot is off. Dragic with some nice D. Feeds it to Winslow. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Winslow.
Kyle Korver.
Miami with the ball. It's a 3-point game.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Lowry drives in, kicks to O'Quinn. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. And here are the Heat now. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Houdini. DeRozan defending. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Some fantastic numbers for Houdini. He's already got 8 points. And he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Here's Lowry. Another key contributor to that nice win against Chicago. There's the screen. There's the dish to O'Quinn. Outside DeRozan. To the middle. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December, taking a look at Miami, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, the Toronto Raptors just need to take it a game at a time.
And when you look at Miami, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
Passes it to Dragic. Shoots the 3. Korver, no luck.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Miami leading by 3. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lowry kicks to Carroll. He feeds it to Biyombo. They set the pick. Fires for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That shot was made possible by DeMar DeRozan.
Miami's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Houdini passes to Dragic. Here's Houdini, covered by Biyombo. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Bosh. Just 5 on the clock. And the baseline jumper, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Heat leading by just 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in the same direction. The question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Do they just give it more time?
You know, you could argue it both ways, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think there's a little bit of art to go with the science in that.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball. Either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Going with the whole new group on the floor. Then for the Raptors, Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Lure comes in for Myers Leonard. And it's DeRozan in for Damari Carroll. DeRozan dishes to Lure. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Lure's got 6 points in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Okay, Miami, now coming out of the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
To see the stats for Lowry. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging about 23 points per, 10 assists, and just over 2 steals. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Valanciunas with a screen on Wade, and DeRozan kicks to Lure. And that one's good. And now just a 4-point Heat lead.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Miami no good on that time either. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Lowry drawing the double team. Pass to Lure, the 15-footer. Bosh grabs the miss.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Houdini. DeRozan defending. Poke loose. Ross with the steal. Here's the teardrop. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from DeRozan.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Heat have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. That free throw missing.
Boy, you've got to be able to knock down your free throws if you're going to keep a team that's behind you at bay. When you don't make your free throws, That's a good way to let the other team back into the game.
The Raptors making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Raptors trail by 3. Ross on the wing. Lowry setting the pick for Ross. Here's DeRozan. And again, Toronto with the triple. Miami's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Drills the baseline jumper. Wade's got 10.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Ross passes to Lowry from outside the arc. And that's collected by Houdini.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Lowry kicks to Ross. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Wade from outside. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. Outside DeRozan. 124 left to play in the first half.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Pass to Houdini. Inside. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead. And you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
And there's the feed to DeRozan. Launches a 3. And it's Miami with the rebound.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Wade. And it's Lure with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
He dishes it to Ross. Lure the pass to DeRozan. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Heat lead by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the number one thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. Well, our on-the-ball defense was pretty solid in the first half. We cut a lot of their possessions short by coming up with steals before they had a chance to set up. Stay tight on the ball like that. Keep denying them space. I'll say this for us, though. Our shot selection has been terrific. We haven't forced things, and the shots are dropping for us because of that patience. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Give it up for your Heat.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Dwayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Here's Houdini. Houdini, he's in at the point. Winslow is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Laverne in at the 5. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Wade gets the bucket.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Outside Lowry. Lure dishes to Ross. He kicks to Valanciunas. Shoots from the block. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Valanciunas has got 8 points.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Let's get the ball inside.
Houdini passes to Laverne. Here's Houdini. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Wade against DeRozan. And that one's good. And that's 19 points for Dwayne Wade.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Ross kicks to Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Raptors moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. The drive by Wade. Dishes to Winslow. Here's Houdini. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Here's Houdini. No good from outside.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Winslow. Biyombo is checked in for the Raptors. Damari Carroll comes in for Ross. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Carroll kicks to Valanciunas. Lowry has the open look. And again, Toronto no luck.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Heat.
And all those points off turnovers have been a huge bonus. I mean, that aggressive defense has also paid dividends at the offensive end of the floor.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls, and Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Both free throws good from Houdini. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Now Lowry, he has 6. Down low, off the screen. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Biyombo.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Houdini passes to Laverne. Here's Houdini. Jacks up a 3, and Goran Dragic gets the 3. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Okay, Miami, now coming on the court are your Heat answers. Let me hear ya.
And how about the numbers here for Jonas Valanciunas? 6th in rebounding, 10th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
Boy, he's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the full 48 minutes. Glass eater.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Toronto. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Lowry with the ball. 6 points for him. To the left wing, Carroll, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Left side, Korver to the middle. Here's Johnson, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Heat.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
It's good. Nice touch there from Houdini.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here's Carroll. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Carroll's got 4 this quarter.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
The pass to Houdini. Knocked away.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
It's blocked. To the paint, here's Dragic. Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Johnson, he's checked in for Johnson.
Joe Johnson.
So it's Toronto now, trailing by 10. Carroll with a screen on Johnson. And DeRozan kicks to Leonard. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Leonard's got 7 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside Dragic. Passes to Houdini. On the wing, Johnson. Lots of room. The shot is off. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. DeRozan and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. 11 points in the game.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Houdini passes to Laverne. Fires from 14. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Shoots off the screen. Offensive rebound. And it's blocked. Johnson against Lowry. Here's Houdini. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Leonard. Inside, O'Quinn dishes to Carroll. To the right side. 3-pointer, and he gets the bucket. Carroll's got 7 points here in this quarter.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Here's Johnson. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Heat lead by 7.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The drive by Lowry. Right side, DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. And then for Toronto, Lure comes in for Biyombo. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Houdini. He's guarded by Ross. Houdini passes to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. The 3. Rebound by Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk. But later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Carroll kicks to O'Quinn. Feeds to Ross. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot off. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
So far in the game for Lure, he's got 11 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
No good on the free throw. And the Heat with some changes. Winslow comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Goran Dragic. And the second free throw, good. 58 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Houdini. Kicks it to Bosh. Here's Houdini. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Houdini's got 8 points in the quarter. 2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
The drive by Lowry. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Freak. The Raptors have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. The first one falls. Valanciunas is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Kyle Lowry drops them both. Here's Houdini. 20 points for him. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Here's Houdini, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Lowry. Some solid defensive work there from Houdini. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Heat out front, up by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here is Lowry. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. John Lewis out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Ross in at the 3 spot. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lowry kicks to Lewis. Plays it up and banks it in. Lewis got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Toronto. The Heat with the lead. Here's Houdini. Here's Winslow. No good on the triple. Fast break Toronto. Lowry leading the charge. Ross dishes to Lure. Here's DeRozan. To tie it up. No luck. Bosh with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Back to Lowry to take the lead. And it's Miami with the rebound. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. The dish to Winslow. Good on the 3-point shot. And the Heat lead by 5.
I like his composure there under pressure as he was being double-teamed. Terrific pass.
Wade against DeRozan. He feeds it to Lure. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
LeVert, he's checked in for the Heat. Dragic comes in for Houdini. Biyombo is checked in for the Raptors. The Heat leading by 3. Different look for Miami. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wade. And Houdini subbed in for Goran Dragic. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Raptors. Damari Carroll comes in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Korver. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Toronto. Both free throws good from Korver.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Take a look at what Kyle Lowry's been doing. He's got 8 points and 15 assists.
And he's really put together a nice combination of points at the free throw line, but also getting the assist.
Can you say fundamentals clinic, guys?
And it's good. 9 points here for Justice Winslow.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Lowry.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time. 3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Pass to Valanciunas, 11 feet away. Outside for Lowry. And DeRozan, here we go. And he makes good on the layup. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
That's what this team needs right now, solid scoring chances.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Carroll, outside for Lowry. Pulls up on the wing. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Houdini while recovering. The shot's good from Houdini. Houdini's got 28 points for the game. Toronto's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Pass to Leonard. DeRozan against Korver. From 15 feet away, that's in, and the Miami lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from DeRozan.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Houdini passes to Laverne, and another basket for Miami.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
The Heat making a switch here. Wade's checked in. Here's Lure from the stripe. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Here's Houdini, while recovering, out to the right wing. The pass to Houdini. 6 on the shot clock. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Tremendous job at the line, as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Okay, Miami, now coming up the court are your Heat dancers. Let them hear ya.
DeRozan against Wade. And Lure kicks to DeRozan. And the shot is good. DeRozan's got 19 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Houdini passes to Bosh. And the layup falls. Bosh has got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
DeRozan dishes to Lure. Carroll up top. Pocket 6. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. No points to be had here. Misses for the 5th time in 13 tries. The Heat leading by 3. Houdini passes to Bosh. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. 1:05 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Up top, DeRozan. Wade is covering.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The feed to Winslow. He dishes it to Bosh. Good ball movement here by the Heat. And here's Lowry. Out to the wing. Carroll for 3. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it?
Clutch! And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give
Freak, you're the guy. So good screens, tight passes now. We need to get Freak a clean look. Execute, and let's put him away.
There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To tie it up. Buries it. And, oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Boy, right now they're just getting a fantastic effort from Kyle Lowry.
You got it. Get the ball inside.
Here's Houdini. Pulls up. Oh, and a chance to win. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Toronto right now, DeRozan at the 2 with Ross playing the 3. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with John Lewis. And it's Lowry in at the 1 spot. It'll be the Heat off the tip. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really an extraordinary game for DeRozan. He has 23 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
The Heat trail by 4.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And Lure gets it to go.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And there's the bucket from Houdini. Houdini's got 34 points.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. We're into the heart of the season now, and that's the last thing this team wanted to hear. That's going to make their winter just a little bit longer, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible. You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big men on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the boards.
Wade with it, now guarded by DeRozan. No good from Houdini. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. No good from Ross.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
Here's Houdini. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. DeRozan against Wade. Dishes to Valanciunas. 14 feet away. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
I love that plan. Set up the opportunity for the mismatch.
Yeah, knowing they have to get a bucket here and exploiting the height advantage where they can find it, well, that's a no-brainer to me.
It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the crowd roaring to life.
That was a huge shot, and they're just about dancing in the aisles now.
That was as big as it gets. They are definitely going to enjoy that one.
It's this simple, guys. No rebounds, no rings. We need to dominate the glass. Biggs, get the ball off the rim and get it out to our guards so we can get out in transition.
Just over 2.5 minutes into overtime in this exciting game.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Houdini passes to LeBron and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so he makes both from the line.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
DeRozan against Wade. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Misses with the tough leaning jump shot.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that. And it's frightening when the Bosh starts to heat up like this.
Now here's DeRozan. Here's Lowry. Good. Boy, that was a big shot.
And that one just flattened this crowd, Kevin.
And stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
Houdini passes to Bosh. Nails it. A huge shot to tie it up.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen by Wade. Here's Houdini. He kicks it to Bosh. Can't cash in.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
If we can't get the ball in, we have another timeout. Use it if you need it.
Stolen by Bosh. And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up big. They seemed to relax a little bit once we got into overtime.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, with a game like tonight, you were all over the place. A triple-double in the box score. Would you consider this one of your better games of the season thus far?
Winner triple-double. Y'all didn't even know that.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
$250,000 and a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here. Or staying home. 32 teams came together to compete, and the drama was intense.
Advance them. They stopped responding to our messages.
Enough for someone to take their frustrations out on the disc.
We're bringing you all the highlights and heartbreaks. Only 2 teams made it through to the final. Here's the story of how it all went down. You don't want to miss this. It's NBA sports event Road to the Finals tournament. With $250,000 NBA Finals on the line, stakes are high. See how countless hours of work
It's relentless. You have to bring your A game.
came down to one day and one game being the difference in getting through. Definitely have some fans here.